is it's easy for a PM to fall in love with their own idea or product, right? And I have a quote which I often used to repeat to my teams is, don't fall in love with the product because it doesn't have the capacity to love you back. Fall in love with the problem, obviously, right? But how would we make, or what is a suggestion to overcome this? If I'm so passionate, and especially when you're involved right from the beginning, right, to do this, are there any simple suggestions to say, step away from that, don't get too emotional, don't fall in love?
Yeah, it is a very fine line, right? But I think there is enough and more tools that are out there.
Yeah.
So, for example, even little things like customer discovery, customer research, net promoter score, which I briefly mentioned, conversions, right? Watching the user sessions, etc. So I think unlike 10, 15 years ago, or when there was only large monolithic enterprise software not shipped on the cloud, you'll write something now, the customer will use it after 18, 24 months. Now the feedback loop is much faster. So let data walk you out of it. In fact, one of the things that people used to love and potentially not like so much about Marissa Mayer was even the font, color blue on the Google homepage, the pixel code for that, the hex code for that was determined by an A/B test, right? That was like extreme over-indexation on data. But I think there's enough feedback loop on the data side. On the human side, I think cultivate people who are constructively critical of you. And I think this is true for great CEOs as it is of great product managers. So don't just find people who love it and say, yeah, Sai, everything is great, wonderful, you're amazing. But find people who will say, no, this is not going to work, that is not going to work, this doesn't make sense, that company failed, this one is not doing well, etc. So at least even then you still can make the call, because you do have to, if you don't have the passion and the love and the drive, you're not going to be able to ship anything or take any decisions. But at least it keeps your gut a little bit in check, to have, true constructive critiques, right? I mean, you don't want the naysayers for whom nothing will work, but you want people to say, here are 3 reasons why I don't think it'll work. Now, just no different than building your MVP, you can go and construct falsifiable hypotheses for those things, and not just answer it at an emotional level, saying, "Arey, Sai to aise hi bolega." No. Let's like go disprove these things, either intellectually or by gut or by data, or at least keep an open mind to it. So those are